With a familiar legend back in Quincy, the complexion of today's matchup just got a whole lot more interesting in a must-win for the three-time champs. It's all on the line today for New England with a chance to keep their season alive, but in their way stand Goliath, and the Hounds won't hold back to crush the dreams of a fourth title for the Free Jacks today. Is the acquisition of the 2025 MLR Player of the Year enough to help the Free Jacks lift the shield once again? We shall see. It's the Chicago Hounds visiting the New England Free Jacks. Hi, everybody. Alongside former USA Eagle Mike Petrie, I'm Joey Lindstrom. Today, Mike, the mission is simple but not easy for New England as they fight to keep their season alive.
Here we go. The New England Free Jacks. 2 changes in the engine room. A big call here as Coach Ryan Martin goes with Tupou up front and hooker, so no Quattrin in the lineup. Vendadel's is back in the second row. That sends Norris back to his usual spot at flanker. They'll need to get this big win without their talisman Vanderbank in the midfield, who's out for the rest of the season. And there he is, 2025 MLR Player of the Year, Paula Bellicana, the try-scoring machine. Across from them, the visitors, Chicago, they sit comfortably at the top of the table. They have a home semifinal already locked up next Monday. They have so much depth in their team. They make a ton of changes. Beckerman and Rabolo up front, a fresh second row pair of Harvey and Casares. Flesh moves to flanker. Kinnevac suits up at 8. That puts Captain Rumble on the bench. Baska and Bota at halfbacks. Tidwell left wing. Lewis in the midfield. And Brock Webster at fullback.
After Old Glory DC's win over Anthem yesterday, they pushed themselves into the playoff line and got the bonus point to put the pressure on New England today. A much-needed win for Simon Cross and the rest of that group. Now for today, this is what's needed. New England can clinch the playoffs with a win, a bonus point with 4 tries, and a winning margin by at least 2 points to overcome the 1-point differential from Old Glory. Title in a row potentially on the line for New England against the undefeated Chicago Hounds. It's all next. Major League Rugby. Some playoff positioning here on ESPN.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by CTMS Travel, the official travel partner of Major League Rugby. Stop managing travel and start moving. One of the best crowds on hand all season long here in Quincy on a gorgeous day in the Northeast. The weather turned up here today, Mike. It's a gorgeous day for some rugby, some essentially playoff rugby. We mentioned what's at stake. Here are our officials here today. Derek Summers, the head man. Peter Pender, Cam Russell, the assistant referees, and T. Fletcher. We're also joined today by our referee analyst as part of our broadcast crew, Lex Weiner, longtime MLR official. We'll get to hear from Lex a little bit later on when challenges come up and we have some questions for him, and no doubt we will. Also, if you want to get involved, please use the hashtag MLR2026. Get to be a part of the action. We got a lot of usual suspects that pop in, and they're dedicated fans, which is the type of fans that we expect out of the MLR. They're the best. Cannot wait for today. As you think about the implications for Old Glory, they took care of business yesterday. Anthem had them on the ropes for a bit there, holding them to 3 tries until the final 8 minutes or so, where Old Glory put the stamp and the dagger down to crush Anthem's hopes of having an odds-on shot to get into the playoffs. Old Glory has done their job, and they are rooting for Chicago to do theirs today against the 3-time defending champs to secure their spot in the playoffs. It's all in front of New England today. A win, 4 tries, and a 2-point victory would get them in. Here for Quincy, we are underway.
Okay,
Chicago in the road greens today. New England in the red, white, and blues.
Not out, not out, not out.
A lot of changes to the lineup, like you mentioned, Mike. Scrum half today is going to be Michael Bosco. What are some early indicators for you that both teams are going to be on the right track? What are you looking for here in the first 10, 15 minutes?
I mean, I think the kickoff is a telltale sign of what you're looking for. Look at the crowd in New England. You know what it means to them. This is what you're used to seeing in Fort Quincy. That hit from Lesage off the kickoff, that sets the tone for them in this game.
Big time. Early indicators. There's Paula Bellicana, 11 in red, white, and blue. You hear the roar of the crowd for the return. It's like they're putting the Avengers together. There's been some late signings, including Jamison Fanana Schultz as well. He's down in the number 8 replacement for Alex McKenzie, who's going to be reserved today. Oscar Lennon there in 9 at scrum half. Work down for Ben Lesage, the Canadian cap, part of that 2019 World Cup squad for the Canadians. Also playing against his former team is a fullback for Chicago, Brock Webster. A big reason why New England was able to win all those titles. Brock was such a true piece and made a huge impact for this crew. Tackled down and wrestled there outside the 22. New England still holds possession with Keenan Higgins.
Play it, play it.
12 and home, and Chicago recovers it. That's Brandon Harvey. We talked to Chris Latham this week about the attitude around some of that rest. A lot of the usual starters are going to be coming off the reserve bench today. Where do you land on that? Do you think that's a good idea? Do you like to keep them in rhythm going into the playoffs, or would you rather have this sort of break knowing that you already have home field advantage?
I think that they've made the right call to put a couple of them on the bench. Give them some minutes, just not ones that are going to put them in jeopardy heading into the weekend. But you need to stay fresh. You need to stay and find that balance of like keeping your body physically ready, so you get some good minutes in, you get some good conditioning in, get some good hits in to continue to build confidence, but you need that fresh body heading into the playoffs. So I think Chris Latham's got that mix right for this lineup.
Yeah, no doubt. Some of those guys that are making some of their first starts today. Reese Bota, Michael Basco, we mentioned. Santi Videla has had a couple starts under his belt, but not usual starter. This team is just so deep as far as where they could go and really hit you from all angles. They know what's at stake today for New England. They know they're going to get the best version of this Free Jacks team. They wrestle through in the halfway line. Bosco works it back to Wilton Rebolo, the Brazilian.
It's late. He does not have the ball.
First Brazilian to play Super Rugby Pacific on the MLR Championship back in 22 with New York. And first whistle there for Derek Summers.
That's a long passage of play. New England turned that ball over. But I love the fact that early on, they're just trying to get Bellicana involved. Off the first set piece, they strike in the open field, or so it looks, and then they swing Hodgson back down that short side. They put the ball in Bellicana's hands, and then he's going to come back. Here it is. This is where they find him on that short side. And again, it's so difficult. Bellicana's such an impact player, but he's playing on the wing, right? He's got to go hunt for the ball. This one there, kick right to him. good defense there by Chicago, so not much opportunity for them. But when you're playing on the wing, you've got to go look for work. It's your first game this season. Everybody's excited for it. You've got to hunt for the ball in your hands. And if you're New England, feed them. Just feed the ball to Bellicana as much as you can.
The return of the legend. 2025 MLR Player of the Year. It's his 75th MLR cap today.
Good.
Tainham-Opo upends over top the pile there, and New England wins advantage. Bellicana, by the way, third all-time in tries scored, just behind Riekert Hadding. He's got 46. Riekert has 48. And Dylan Fawcett, the all-time leader, at 65.
Joey, that's a big stop there by New England that time. They gave up a penalty around midfield with Von Dadelson hitting his old teammate Brock Webster late. So the two Canadians exchanging pleasantries, and that's what put Chicago down in this end of the field. So New England, I know they're up for it. They've got their energy up, but they've got to keep their discipline as well.
You're upright. You're upright.
Thank you. Okay. Well done. Penalty awarded to the Free Jacks.
Tackle low.
I'll certainly give New England a little more breathing room, especially here early. An upright tackle there by Mac Jones, the captain.
Rhino, Free Jacks.
So much of the group from the championship last year for New England is gone.
Okay?
That's 70% of the roster that they needed to refill.
Oscar, get out.
30% of those guys coming back. The culture only shifts a bit because of the folks that you acquire.
Oh, hold on. We'll get numbers. Don't worry about that. Just
Boston
hold your mark,
mentality,
please. Mate,
in the quote-unquote city of champions.
What did I just say? Okay, thank you.
Good, yeah?
Wait.
Right over top. Joe Johnston, the Kiwi and the captain for this group. Oscar Lennon has been big this season as well. He's got 4 tries in his 9
You can't
starts.
roll that way. You can't roll that way. I know, but you got to move that different direction.
And a good call that time by our referee, Derek Summers. Rabolo just making himself a bit of a pest. Chicago makes good first contact in that carry from New England, but then Rabolo just kind of writhing around on the ground, and that allows New England an easy penalty and a good 20-meter advance upfield off the foot of Joel Hodgson. And there he is, a good look at their ringleader, the guy calling all the shots for him in the 10 jersey. It's been a 9 and 10 combo of Lennon and Hodgson just about all season long for the Free Jacks.
It's not straight.
They've been better for it, especially in their
Do a
wins. They
contest.
gave Seattle quite a run for their money last week in the second affair between those two teams. But Seattle ended up overcoming the Free Jacks. Take another look in this lineup.
And that throw goes not straight from Tupou. And this was one of the big calls that Coach Ryan Martin made. You talk about the signings that New England made at the midway point in the season. One of them, Bellicana. They talked about unleashing him today. But Andrew Quattrin was another one, and Coach Ryan Martin told us before the season even started that he was perhaps one of the 2 biggest losses in that turnover of players that they did not retain this coming season. Then they sign him, and now they've got the biggest game of their season so far to date, and he's not even in their lineup.
Yeah. Webster thought about kicking it through. He does avoid that tackle, gets upended by Bellicana, his former teammate and running mate too, for how many tries they scored together last year. Some friendly fire, of course, from the now frenemies for sure. One booted high in the air by Michael Bosca, part of that 2026 extended player squad, former football player at Arkansas State. And went on to play rugby at Lindenwood. Way outside, nice catch. Far too parallel, though, as Brock Webster had an easy lane to try territory if he wanted it. Not the pass in the offload.
We get a good look at Brock Webster there, who's had an outstanding season. We've celebrated Bellicana so much, and one of the things that you and I talked about before the show started, Joey, was just how important Brock Webster was to so much of Bellicana's success. I mean, Webster just such a class player. And that ball just goes flying forward out of the hands of both of us. So the space was there, but threw that one a bit too far forward.
Hands
So
and
some
then
big
roll it.
names in these lineups. And Brock Webster
Start
wearing
here, Michael.
green at Fort Quincy instead of his usual red, white, and blue from the
Crouch.
previous seasons that we've
Yeah.
seen him. And then Balakana, I'm sure,
Bye.
wishing he had Webster playing around him right now, with
Early.
all due respect to the rest of
I
the
told you
backs
to
in New
not
England, of
close the
course,
gap.
but
No, mate.
Balakana has a lot to
Go
be
10,
thankful
it's
for
free
playing
kick.
outside of Webster last season.
What made those
Keep the
two
gap,
so
please.
good for this New England team when they're playing together?
Webster's just such a good playmaker. He plays fullback, obviously, but he's like having an entire another maestro in the backfield. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's shifty, he's quick, he makes people miss, but he can also put support
Mark.
players away, and that is crucial from your fullback. You
Go
don't want
10,
someone
okay,
that can
you're
just
10.
dance
I'm
around.
with you.
You want someone that can feed players like Balakana
Right here,
around
right
him.
here.
And see how that changes kind of the course of action, especially in the back for a New England team that kind of felt like a who's who a bit, and they've really started to gel. We talked about that with Simon Cross yesterday. With respect to Old Glory, they feel like they're starting to peak at the right time going into the playoffs should they make it, especially with the shortened season. Maybe where you're used to having longer seasons, maybe that plays advantage for you.
Advantage over. And down, good, good,
Big
good.
time
No,
from-
thank you. Play.
Upending Mason Flesh for Fanana Schultz. That ball popped forward along the touchline, and Noah Brown nearly gets
Be
to it.
behind. Behind, you're in front.
Do you agree with that sentiment,
We're set.
though, around peaking at the right time, especially with the shortened season?
Yeah, I agree, and keep in mind that as we get a look here, biggest rival in the MLR, and each side is going to take this game personally. So
Yeah.
Hold on,
some
hold on.
people getting involved
Hold on.
on our X feeds, so thank you very
Hold
much
on.
to our
If you
fans
stay
out there
here
just
and you do
throwing us
not
some juice
go
for this
too far
game.
wide,
But
we'll be
yeah,
okay.
talking about peaking at the right time. How about
Stay on
DC?
your
They
mark.
really pushed Chicago. They really did. They were one of the only ones to do it this season so closely. And they lost by, what, 1 point in that game? They had them on the ropes for sure, and they might get them in the first round if everything stays as is right now.
Hodgson popped that one forward just past the halfway line. Chicago regains possession. We are 11 minutes in. No blood drawn yet. Maybe this might change things as Mac Jones, tackled there by Hodgson just outside the 22. It's scooped up by Bota. Luis Bota had a try against Seattle just a few weeks ago when he came in. That was a bloodbath against the Seawolves.
Good hit.
Oh, huge thump right ahead of the 22.
Oh, no, play. Turnover.
Fanana Schultz was again.
Turnover. No. It was a good turnover.
New England turns it over. Tane Himopo trying to gain some territory.
No penalty.
Quickly upended there by Thomas Beckerman. Hodgson will work it back. This is good from New England on the outside. There's Balakana working to the outside channel. Tries to swim upfield. More and more opportunity as Tavita Soleil has been with New England for all 3 championships in a row. Worked it down, and Hodgson boots it deep for Bota. Webster working back for Mason Flesh. Second in tries scored this season. Another big hit. Both these teams are laying the wood today. And that penalty goes awry for Chicago.
That's great work by Oscar Lennon that time to get square over top of the ball. But Brock Webster, again, that's just a glimpse of his playmaking. His little stutter step, his pin and hold his defender, that's what puts the Chicago runner on the outside. But how about the hits in this game? Take a look at this one. Whoa, that is an absolute thump. And then here it is on the outside.
That's Tupou twice.
Balakana just leveling one of the Chicago Hounds players. I mean, look, we talked about what's at stake here. I mean, both teams, neither one of them willing to give an inch. You know the physicality is just about to boil over at any moment here.
3 man.
Open up.
He's gonna be 2,
Tupou's
sir.
getting involved anywhere.
3.
Hold on.
Big time from the hooker.
Please stay on your mark. I will handle
One
them.
Tonga
If I have
gap
to
as
handle you
well,
and
but a
them,
mainstay for the Free Jacks.
Good.
And New England that time, just a handling error off their set piece. You could see what they were trying to do. They were trying to shift. Looked like Hodgson and Bellicana were starting to come near side of our television screen in hopes that they might lure a couple of green jerseys on defense and hold some space on the outside. But unfortunately, that pass goes too low to its intended receiver. And so handling errors like that, I mean, look, New England has a lot of work to do. Time is not their friend. We talked about they need not just a win, but it needs to be by more than 2 points, and they need a bonus point.
Yep.
So they got to get that try-scoring engine going pretty quickly here.
Got to get back on schedule.
Fine. Hold there.
Because pace matters, right? I mean, of course, this game can quickly turn around on a dime. But where you need that point total, if Chicago can just fend them off, that is not going to go according to plan for New England as the Hounds win the scrum penalty.
And this is it about Chicago. They're just so versatile. They can beat you in open play. They can beat you off of loose balls on the ground. And they can beat you at set piece. They're just a physical, mongrel type of team. And here they are. Both is going to put them likely just inside or around the 22. And there it is, a good mark off that. So great work by the Chicago Pack to just continue to push New England backwards.
Thomas Beckerman, signed from Seattle last season. Work back for Santi Videla, down in the 12 here today.
Release.
39 points this year.
He's on top of him.
Chilean capped international. Here he is again. He's 28 years old. Plenty of time for more caps for Chile. Works back to Mason Flesh. Pivatelli, the son of O'Neely Pivatelli, captain of Tonga in the 1980s. Work back. This is good from Chicago on the momentum. Nice play, stops with Derek Summers.
That's good heads up from Baska that time. He saw one of the Free Jacks players standing up, and by all accounts, intentionally threw that ball straight into him, as we get a listen here from our referee, Derek Summers.
Just relax, play to the whistle, and then stop. Thank you.
was on top of him.
I was fine with it. Yeah. It's penalties here. It's a big guy laying on him. It's okay. No. We're gonna kick the touch.
I love the energy so far from our referee, Derek Summers. Just keeping things a little bit lighthearted. He's letting them play. He's not blowing the whistle too many times. And I think that's what you want to see out of this type of game, as Chicago lines up for another set piece inside New England's 22. And so this is just not where you want to be right now if you're the Free Jacks. There's a lot of lulls in between play right now, and you came out of the gates real hot with that opening kickoff and that smash hit by Lesage. But since then, haven't seen much possession in the right area of the field.
See if Chicago can take advantage.
We're in the 5.
Type of team that can wear you down at any time. And also score at any moment as well if they reverse fields quickly.
Go around.
Baska's hanging out there. Thomas Beckerman, the hooker, had it briefly. We're back to Baska. Santi Videla makes some moves. Noah Brown covering. Nice work inside. That's Brandon Harvey. Chicago with all the momentum going forward inside the 5-meter. Big time play working forward on offense.
I love that scripted two-phase move that time from Chicago. You could tell that's something in their playbook and that they've worked on. They run a little diamond shape off of the maul. Plenty of layers to it. They keep it. They carry straight in.
Here we go.
And then the second phase, there it is. There's that diamond shape. They got plenty of support. And then look at this. Look at the space that's there. Excellent work, but then no support. No support. You cannot do that. But keep in mind, you just had an entire group of forwards in a maul on the first set. Then you had an entire group of 4 backs involved in that second breakdown. So there's not many people left over to get in support in that second line break. And that's where Chicago got a little bit thin there, and they turned the ball over.
Crouch. Fine.
See if they can get their money's worth out of this phase. Threw ahead in the scrum, but it's Oscar Lennon to work it down as they collapse.
Slow it down. Okay, I'm going to stand over here.
No, let me push you.
Well,
Keep it up. He's gonna drop
Big
in
time
again.
matchup today
He's gonna drop in again.
here in the Northeast. And you feel like,
come on
especially
in,
with
come on in. Let's go.
the
Feet more
number
under
of
you.
teams this season, every week continued to matter. And you felt like every week could have been a playoff game. You at least have to treat it that way, given how today and this weekend we're really relying on where the bonus points can come from, who might win.
Great, how about it? I'm going to test your movie history here.
Okay.
Best seat in the house was that tree just now that you saw the kids
Yeah.
there. It reminds you of what movie? What sports movie are the kids watching from like a tree over into the stadium?
Oh my gosh,
Let's ask
really
our
getting
fans.
me.
Maybe our fans
Maybe
know.
the fans know.
Maybe the fans know. What sports
Sandlot
movie?
comes to mind right away.
Not
That's
rugby.
not right.
No, not Sandlot,
hold it up,
although a
please.
good guess. Iconic for sure. But what movie are the kids watching over top of from a tree, and they're watching one of the professional sports
Water
games?
break. Collapses far side.
Have a
Well,
think on
I'm
that.
going to have to take the hydration break to think about it and get my sports trivia dialed in as we approach. Big time matchup here today. We got some sports trivia and maybe some scoring on the way
One
back.
for you, free kick for you, and then a penalty against them. So.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Big time hits. You could say it's crunch time for New England. There are many tries to be had, and boy, are they laying the wood today, Mike. A really strong start, but they need scoring to happen if they want a chance to win this one.
That's absolutely right. I mean, as good as that looks and as entertaining as that is, they need to get on the scoreboard.
Love it. Let's go, Thomas Casares.
Yes.
Terra Violado. Amazing. Love to see it. And he's one that, especially for Chris Latham's crew, very excited about his potential. Drafted by New England originally back in 2022. Nice play forward on the outside. Keenan Higgins pokes it, but Brock Webster will try to knock it forward himself.
Keep moving.
Kicking duel will continue. Just try to gain that territory. Big hit.
Good.
Return catch there
Off the foot.
by
play.
Lewitz.
Play it out.
Aggression matters big time today for both these sides. Flesh tumbles down. Second and try scored this season behind his teammate Theo Forey, also known as Theo Scory. He'll be a reserve today.
Yes.
Worked on the outside is Paula Bellicana, 2025 Player of the Year in the MLR. Came up so big in that championship a season ago, as did Brock Webster against the SaberCats. The offseason acquisition of Webster, Chicago just added really a hired gun to this group already that was super talented.
Balacana that time getting his hands on the ball in a counterattack scenario, but no space in front of him. And for as good as Balacana is, as powerful as a runner as he is, Chicago has shown that they have an answer every time he touches the ball. And that time, not only do they bring him to ground, but then they send in heavy artillery afterwards, and they win the ball back. So if Balacana goes at the contact, and then he turns it over to Chicago. Chicago really well done there on that counter ruck to win possession here and stay camped out in New England's end.
Crouch. Hold it. I'm going to hold it. Be stable. Be stable.
So through our first hydration break.
Go again. Yeah.
Goose eggs on the board. Ryan Martin
Crouch.
has been very honest about
Bind.
where this team could go. And not that they've underwhelmed, right? This is a new group that is combined as the scrum collapses. Derek Summers throws the left hand up. Remain with Chicago.
And that's another scrum penalty to Chicago.
Yep.
And that's two big statements they've made in that aspect of play so far. And again, New England, they have been playing way too much defense so far. They need the ball in hand, and they need to start playing, and they need to start scoring because that time is ticking as we get a look at the coaching booth for Chicago.
And Chris Latham, legend in his own right from Wallaby, loves that aggressive, attacking style of play that Chicago has employed over the last 2 seasons. And they got retribution on the line this season, especially with the championship being on their home grounds at SeatGeek Stadium.
Leave it.
And what it would mean for a perfect season for this crew after an Eastern Conference Final fall last year to the Free Jacks.
Oh, you're in the
Brock
rough.
Webster
You're in the
slips
rough.
through, but the whistle's blown.
Yeah, we're going to come back. Collapse.
And Derek Summers indicating they're going to go back to the previous phase.
Brock Webster's like a magician there. How did he get out of that pileup?
No idea.
How did he get out of that pileup? We're coming back for the penalty at maul time, so another set piece. Another set piece penalty against New England as they collapse this maul. So 2 in a row, first one off a scrum, and then this one they drag that maul down. Chicago sends that ball across the field over top of this New England line speed. So take a look over the top of it. It's the only way to go around it. And then Brock Webster goes to ground, lets go, picks it back up, and then somehow sneaks out of there. I got to be honest, I don't know what was wrong with that. I'm not sure why he didn't let that play on. That was pretty good. He let go of the ball, but the ruck had formed. Yeah, the ruck had formed. I'm getting word over the top of my shoulder here from our referee advisor and our referee consultant analyst, Lex Weiner. And you're right, the ruck had formed. I agree with that. That's good. That's a good call then. I'm okay with that, Lex.
So the last time Chicago played the line out this close to the try line, New England was able to hold up and get a penalty out of it and save themselves from allowing that try. Maybe this story's different. Much the same for this New England defense. Looks like a big push from Chicago.
Stay bound, stay bound.
Kennevac leading the charge. Thomas Beckerman in his first MLR start.
It's number 8.
Penalty try awarded to Chicago.
Works it down for the try for Chicago.
Then you come from the side, then collapse
And
it.
a yellow card
Penalty
in
try.
addition.
Yeah, and collapse. Pull in the penalty try. You're up.
Jamison Fanana Schultz is the guilty party.
And it's not the first time we've seen Fanana Schultz in the sin bin during his career in the MLR. But a penalty try there. So just too much pressure on that New England set piece. So again, remember, they gave up a penalty at a scrum. Then they pulled the maul down moments before this. And then here's another look at it. So they do a good job on that first hit, but then Chicago keeps patient.
Yeah, okay.
They keep that push on. They recycle the ball to the back. Videla gets involved, and there is Fanana Schultz that sabotages it, pulls it down. So really easy call that time for our referee, Derek Summers, standing right in front and center, front row seats to it.
Or obstruction.
And now we're going to get a challenge here, though.
Okay, pull out all the stops.
Yeah, Reese, we're just looking at this line out setup. Show me the tight first.
So they'll get the same. You'll get the same look that Derek Summers and company are taking a peek at here.
And here's that first, like we said, the initial engagement defensively, but keep your eye on Fanana Schultz in the headgear, closest free jack on defense to us. They're looking for obstruction here.
They're all tight. They're all
Nah, they look pretty good to me. They look pretty tight. They look like they just sheared.
Angle from the start. Just back it up a little bit.
Because New England stays engaged on defense. So take a look, and I think that's what's important here. New England stays engaged on defense. So there was never really a truck and trailer or obstruction opportunity because New England stayed in that defensive situation. Had they broken away, I think then Chicago may have had an obstruction run there as the ball carrier had 2 players in front of him. But here comes the yellow card against Fatnana Schultz as he pulls this down. And when he does, though, there's still some free jacks involved.
Initially, not straight chest to back, and then as it rolls, he moves to in front.
Oh, I see now what they're looking at. They're looking at the first thing here. I see what they're looking at. Okay. I see. They step through in the line out to block the ball carrier. So let's have a listen because that could be obstruction from the very beginning, not at the end.
Yeah, otherwise I do see access initially. Okay, I need this angle, but I need from the beginning.
See if we can hear what you think you...
This would go against,
right, yeah.
I think this would go against, if it holds, it would go against Casares.
Okay.
Because when Flesh goes up, Flesh is the jumper. When he goes up, Casares steps in front of him to block the defenders from getting an initial hit on him. And teams will do that subtly.
Based off of the first angle, I'm seeing he's off to the side. I don't see any issue with access, and then he shifts in front, which is fine. We good with that? As the ball rolls. Nothing clear and obvious? Okay. Okay, I have to review the decision on field stands. It is a penalty try. We do have no clear footage of an obstruction. New England has no more challenges.
All right, there you go. So New England loses their challenge.
And I think the key there was Casares was off to the side. So what they were looking for from New England's perspective was him stepping in front of the receiver into what would be that tunnel between the two lineouts. But he's not doing that. But let's check in with our referee analyst Lex Weiner as we have a moment here to reset this lineout.
So it seems that not just the referee got it spot on, but it seems like Mike Petrie, the former back, also gets it spot on. You would have thought you played in the front row, Mike, so well done.
Come on, I've been around that group enough, Lex, in my time to have seen that before. We know that trick. That's not a trick that's old. That's as old as the hills, that one. But good pick up there by New England, who's trying to just do anything they can right now to have kept Chicago off the board.
Mike, you probably swayed a few decisions back in the day, right?
That's a question for Lex. That's a question for Lex.
Use it. Still inside. Use it.
New England now.
No.
With a man in the sin bin. Man down, they gotta find some semblance of scoring. Where Chicago can take advantage, especially in those lapses in judgment.
Play, no rough, play.
New England loses their challenge in addition to giving up that try.
Let it come, just let it come.
Stand at 7.
Not out. Let's go.
Nil. Caught up there by Keenan Higgins. He's wrestled down ahead of the halfway line.
Turnover, he has it.
Turned over by Chicago.
Open hand,
Stiff arm throw by Tian Lewitz. He booted forward. And the usual reserves on and starting today for Chicago as that trickles back. Mitch Wilson will let it pop out of the back of the end zone.
Mitch Wilson, I think, gets a little lucky that time. He thought about catching it out of the air and would have had to return kick that time and just cleared his lines. But instead, it hits the ground, gets a good roll on the turf, and you get a good look at Fatnana Schultz, who's having a seat there off to the side in the sin bin right now. So New England playing shorthanded, and that is not good news for them with just over 50 minutes.
It's going to be slow.
Between them and what could be the end of their season if they can't score 4 tries. At least at this point, 4 tries and a conversion at this point.
You need it. You desperately need it. And it feels like just given the amount of chatter between the players. Of course, you hear the cheering from the fans. That Derek Summers also doing a little more management of that as well.
Crouch.
So New England with
Bind.
12 minutes to go
Set.
has to find a try before the end of the half at least. This is going to be, or else this is going to be a tough mountain to climb here in the second half.
Can you not yell while we're doing the set? I'll handle it. Yeah. Just stay here. Yeah. Go again.
More I guess management is the right word, right? For what Derek Summers needs to do here. Tough when so many backs are against the wall here for the Free Jacks. And a town that's used to winning in the MLR. Chicago not exactly the new kids on the block. New England ended their season a year ago. Now Chicago's on the front and the forward.
I think the question here, Joey, that I'd love to ask some of the current players that are out there right now is who are you really rooting for here? Are you okay with Chicago getting a perfect season in the regular season? Or would you rather see New England take a look at this. Balacana, here he goes.
Yep, in the outside channel, Joel Hodgson. Brock Webster takes out Balacana's ankles, and they continue play, working at the 22. Running that down was Piers Von Donaldson. It's worked back to Sione Tupou, who's had his fair share of big hits today already. Now he carries on the offense. Work back for Tavita Soleil. New England again, a man down right now with Jamison Fanana-Schultz in the sin bin. He can score too, so it's a shame that he's not out there for this Free Jacks group. Tupou once again keeps the legs driving. Lennon works back to Joel Hodgson on the outside for Mitch Wilson. Had Killian Conklin there if he wanted him. Tupou once again just head down, gaining more meters.
You have advantage.
Every single one matters. This is Tane Hamopo as he finds Jacob Norris. Maori All Blacks International.
No.
Derek Summers blows the whistle.
Yeah. Now you got to be on your feet, though.
Penalty awarded for New England.
That's one.
New England needs tries, so you got to imagine that they're going to take a set piece here, whether they go to the corner for a maul or they take a scrum right in the center of the field.
There was just a couple there about them not rolling and then trying to steal the ball.
That was a contest. I was good with that. This one clearly off feet. All right, you got the pen. Off feet. What are we doing? We're running. We're running. One per corner. Okay.
And that's the right call there from Hodgson, I think. I mean, any other context, Hodgson's taking 3 points to get rid of the donut on the scoreboard, but they absolutely need tries.
Oscar.
And the point I was trying to make earlier was, would you rather see Chicago undefeated or New England out of the playoffs after 3 straight title runs? I mean, what would you rather do as a player? Like, what is the lesser of two evils here?
I'll put it back to you, but
I don't know.
Martin this week, he said, all we got to do is win 3 games.
That's it. That's it. That was the logic in bringing in Balacana this late in the season, too.
Definitely. And it's great that you can do that. Just get a good look at Joel Hodgson there. New England encroaching on their first try of the day. Much needed as well. Can Chicago hold up? It's a big push from the forward pack. Sione Tupou already laying down some hits today. He's following that pack through just outside of the 5-meter line. More imploring and pushing forward. Maybe that ball changed hands. It's just shy of the goal line.
Okay.
The try is very elusive. As Derek Summers blows the whistle.
He didn't have enough speed to be a penalty try, but I'm going to have a warning. 1 from the side, and then 6 from the side as well. Boys, keep it up.
Folletti and Mason Flesh.
Or it's a card or a penalty try.
Read the
I'll watch
Riot
for
Act.
that. Be legal. Yeah, right here.
And now they've got to be careful because here comes New England again. They're going to do the exact same thing.
Yep.
And you know, as a player right now, you've got the warning. Your back's up against the ropes. If you're Chicago, you got to really dial in here and do this right on defense.
Just step back, be the receiver. Yeah, perfect.
Over top for Norris. Played down. Sione Tupou in the back.
It's okay.
Gonna work it through. Tupou gets a lane and he dives forward for the try. A man down and New England's on the board. Tupou's been laying the wood and he scores, earning that first try for New England.
And that's why Tupou's in the lineout. We talked about the fact that Quatrin's not in there. He was a big name not to be included. But Ryan Martin said that guy right there has had a tremendous season and earned that number 2 jersey. We talked about the hits he's made in this game, but this is that presence of mind at the back of the lineout, giving them this moment that they so desperately needed. Breaks off into the open and scores the opening try. They desperately needed it, and there goes Tupou, just plowing through over the goal line and met by some of the Free Jacks bench players there. The energy's up at Fort Quincy, and they need it because they got a few more to go.
Joel Hodgson is wide on the conversion, though, so we stand at 7-5. That is Sione Tupou's 6th try in the last 8 games. He is climbing the ranks in as far as scoring, as far as tries scored this season amongst the league leaders. 2 of the top right now are Theo Forey and Mason Flesch. But New England gets that first try, much needed, of course. But to your point, Mike, they also need that conversion as well. Just a reminder for what's needed out of New England. They have to win, get a bonus point for 4 tries, and win by 2 over Chicago today.
That's
a Herculean task. That ball rattled around. Tough to tell if it was a true knock-on or not. Regardless, it's a turnover here for New England. Keenan Higgins works it down, and Mitch Wilson will get the rest of the party started. Hodgson works it back. Maybe this is just the momentum New England spurred on by the first regiment. Paolo Bellicana always getting a pop from the crowd as he works forward on the halfway line. Talk about hired guns. It's exactly what Paolo Bellicana is. Signed just last weekend. No action, though, and today they need all of him and more. It's not going to come down to Paolo Bellicana, of course, but it never hurts to have him. Oscar Lennon looks back to Higgins on the outside. Played for Bellicana. Worked on the outside for Coughlin. He loses the handle on the kick as he tumbles into the
We'll have a line out.
rest of the bench.
Back here, I think. Pete,
New England folds all 3 back players into that 5-meter channel. And they can't keep possession, can't keep that ball in play.
Blue.
So unfortunate stuff for New England, who literally is just at this point, not necessarily, we're still in the first half, but they're running out of time here, Joey. They've got a lot of work to do. Couple tries still to go, 3 more that they need for the bonus point, and then they still need to surpass Chicago, like you said, by that critical 2 points to keep their season alive and keep that postseason hope alive.
That's good. Now we're good.
5 minutes to go. It's picked up. Keenan Higgins on the run. New England takes the lead. They're searching for some semblance of offense, and they've got 2 tries in the last 3 minutes.
Say that one more time.
And listen to Fort Quincy rise to their feet. Thanks to a miscue from Chicago. We talked about all the changes they've made, and you could see that this is where those changes come up. Great play there by Flesch. Arguably could have been offsides, but then this is that timing that's off. You got different combinations of players up there, and there's the challenge coming in. They might be challenging an offsides here. Chicago may have a case off that line out. We will see, but if not, that's a big try from New England.
Time is up. We have a challenge from Chicago. We're just checking if they're offside.
Big time. We'll see what Derek Summers is going to look at here as well. Let me get Lex's point of view.
Line out.
And Joey, this is huge. This is a huge call right now because the momentum's shifting towards New England. And I'm going to say that they are definitely offsides thanks to Flesch's fake at the top of the lineout. However, the question I think will come in is, does it actually influence the play? The back line's not offsides.
Right.
There are players around the lineout that clearly jumped a little bit too early into the Chicago backfield. But if it's not disruptive to the game, I think they may just let this play on.
Hits the ground.
Take a look at the front of the line out. Take a look at the front of the line out because this is where they're going to come in offside. So take a look. Flesch is going to throw this pump fake off the top.
So no issue there.
And the backs are what's the key. So watch here. There's the offsides at the front. Here it comes. There it is. He's offsides clearly. A little bit at the back of the line out too.
Down. He's down. Onside. no one moves who's involved in the pressure.
And this is where
Ball is
Derek's,
the offside
his
line.
experience here is going to be very
I'm happy
helpful
with
for
try, nothing
the
clear and
outcome
obvious.
here, that there's nothing clear and obvious based on what would have impacted the play there. So some
Correct.
good experience from
After
Derek
review,
and
there was
using
no
some common
material
sense.
offside that affects the play, and the ruling on the field stands. Chicago has no more challenges. Try is good. Correct.
So New England gets the second try. Well, we said it. This game could change quickly. Chicago felt like they had all the momentum. And now with 2 tries under their belt, the New England, of course, they care about that 3rd and 4th try. That's the mission, but also to win. And where you find yourself if you're Chicago, hold off New England. We stand at 12-7 with Joel Hobson converting. So we're going to get that to you. And Derek Summers stop at play.
Plays the breakdown.
Yep, since the inception, and Free Jacks never die. Well, maybe so, based on the momentum that they've got. Times New Roman.
Hold the gap, yeah.
Graphic of the year, that one.
I think so too.
That was like when your teacher assigns you something, you do it the night before. But here's another look at it.
Yep.
And the miscues again from Chicago. And again, there were some players offsides at the line out, but the back line, which is where the pressure comes into play, they stayed onside. That's what you heard our referee
Good access.
talking about there. As Chicago, though, now knocking on the doorstep of New England's goal line.
Thomas Beckerman, in his first start, already 1 try today. He's trying
Don't
to
play
pull
the 9.
him forward.
Okay, let's go.
And Bosca getting
Don't
employed there
play it,
by
don't
Derek
play it.
Summers. He loses the handle. Bosca
Finish.
breaks the tackle as he tumbles down.
Play the 9.
Santi Videla looks back for Mac Jones. Threw ahead nicely there for Brandon Harvey. Back to even strength, by the way. Fanata Schultz
Back.
served his time in the sin
Advantage
bin.
offside. Last
Into
foot,
the 5
last
meter we
foot.
go. Chicago trying to tie, potentially take the lead here in the first half. Took all of 25, 26 minutes before Chicago was able to get that first score. They're going to try to find another one here. After the great New England answer, Casares, the Argentinian, looks forward, threw it inside the 5 meter.
Last foot. That's good. That's good. They're gone.
The Hounds
Shifted.
chomping at the bit to try to work forward for that second try. Just would take a little bit of a somersault over that try line. Piffletti's got it rather. Now it's Bosca on the outside. Videlli. Here's the outside channel work for Chicago. A little 1 move. Lewis works down. Another try for the Hounds.
Joe.
The Road Dogs tie it up.
2 infringements there. Offside. He's legal in the mall, but he cannot play the 8 or the 9. That's regardless.
I'll talk to him about this.
He has a yellow card.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
No, you still can't play the 9 though.
He's going
You
into
know
the
that's a law.
No, but he's driving in the
No,
rough.
no, no. He's the 9. He's taking it out. Give a yellow card. Be smart. I do not want to give a second yellow. Okay? You understand?
I'll sort him out there.
Yeah.
So something extra there for Derek
Perfect,
Summers
thank
as
you.
well. Laying down the law, Santi Videla will take the conversion kick. Botan missing the last one. Videla, plenty of fly half experience to try to take the lead for Chicago just ahead of halftime. And he knocks it through. 14-12, our count. After a matching of wits, and Chicago rumbles forward. Nice moves on the outside here for Lewitz.
It's a great little pirouette here from
I'll talk
Lewitz
to
as
you.
he
Just
just
listen to
spins
me,
his
yeah?
way and
I'll talk
into
you
the
out of
end
it.
zone and overextends and reaches
playing hard.
through the
Keep
legs of
playing
Balacana to score that try. So great work from Chicago, good patience, but you heard from our referee Derek Summers, New England was under so much pressure, they cannot lose their discipline in those situations.
Stay. Okay, on. Keep moving. On.
Ball punted forward.
Yes, yes.
South African
Yes.
center, Lewis,
Yes.
an MLR journeyman as well. His first try since
Release.
2024,
Roll,
where he had
roll,
6
roll,
with the San
roll.
Diego Legion.
Leave it. It's a tackle now.
There
Leave
for
it.
5 different seasons. It's just his 4th appearance for the Hounds. What's going on here? It worked back. The miss hit, or is that on purpose?
He was trying to end the half
Trying to
there,
end the half
just
on-
short on the kick. So
Yeah,
Basca
yeah.
aiming to end this half, just short. So escapes danger there.
It scared me. I didn't know what I was seeing there for a second. Well, very entertaining first half. Chicago with the edge. New England is right there with 2 tries under their belt. We're sending to break. Halftime highlights and sets on the way back. You're watching the MLR on ESPN.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
First half highlights. Chicago worked down for the first try of the day after 27 long minutes. And New England ended up answering the bell, Mike. It was really a seesaw battle until one side took advantage. Then New England 2 tries in 3 minutes time.
And the momentum changed so quickly. We saw donuts on the scoreboard for so long, but there it is, the first opening try, a yellow card and a penalty try for Chicago. But then here it is, New England coming alive. Tupou punches one over the line. And then this one, some miscues on the timing for Chicago. We talked about all the lineup changes that they had. That pass goes slightly behind Botha on the wrap. Picked up that time by Higgins, and he takes it to the house. So New England showed some signs of life, 2 of their 4 tries that they need, but then Chicago, right before halftime, Lewis pirouetting right between the legs of Dalakana and in for the try right before halftime.
Underneath the shin, too, as well. Here's where we stand right now on the important stats. New England obviously doing well on defense, Mike, and pretty even from the rest of the way. It's been that way on paper and on the field.
That's true. That's very true. It's as tight as it gets, and this is it. This is what it really comes down to. The next 40 minutes will determine the MLR playoff picture.
Halftime rolls on from Quincy. Electric atmosphere on a Sunday with playoff positioning on the line.
Free Jacks, let's go!
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Involved if you're not in stadium, or if you are, follow us at USMLR on Instagram, TikTok. Find us on X as well, and make sure you tweet at us for your chance to get on the broadcast, and we will happily respond to you live on air. You can also find us on YouTube as well. A beautiful day in the Northeast. Your opportunity to visit the great Midwest pinnacle, SeatGeek Stadium, for the championship. You have a chance to win tickets if you complete the survey on your screen. Scan that QR code now for your opportunity to travel to the best city in the world. I'm not biased or anything. MLR Rugby Survey, check it out. Halftime rolls on, second half coming up next.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
What a day for the Major League Rugby Championship.
Months of sacrifice, 80 minutes of battle, and it all starts with this whistle.
Tap right into the breadbasket there. What a try for Chicago. The championship awaits. The Free Jacks playing in front of 4,015 people today. I love it. It is electric here in Quincy. Find yourself, if you're a Free Jacks fan, with nothing to lose. This group, especially with the spurred on by the excitement of where they could go for a potential four-peat. It's got to be an electric atmosphere today, and it sure has lived up to those expectations. Alongside former USA Eagle Mike Petrie, I'm Joey Lindstrom. Lex Weiner is our rules analyst. He will join us here in the booth. Thanks for being with us here today. Everything to play for if you're New England to try to go for 4 in a row. Very few teams in sports history have done a three-peat. New England is one of those, and they would love to make serious history of all-time sports franchises to do to get to that 4-peat pinnacle. But they need 2 more tries and a win by 2 points. Picked up by Chicago in stride. That's Mac Jones, a captain. Mason Flesh works it back. Kinnevac can't handle it. What a start to the second half for this group.
He's up again. Play.
Hounds, of course, working right to left. Tien Lewitz spurred on by his try in that first half. Worked back by Michael Baska.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Maybe they're going to put the pedal down. I don't really think Chicago minds whoever they're going to play, but as it stands right now, they would play DC, who probably gave them the closest game of the year. Really gave them a run for their money last week before the Hounds came back in that game. The other opponent was California, perhaps. It really gave Chicago some fits a few weeks ago on the road.
Still can't play in there.
Chicago will have that Monday home playoff game as well.
Just play the ball, yeah.
Spota knocks it down, Mike.
And this comes off the restart. This is just deflating for New England. This is not the way you want to start what would be probably the biggest second half that your club needs. You totally misjudge that kick. You send the pod up, and Chicago just takes that in stride and cleanly. And then you go under pressure and give a penalty to Chicago. So now they're just about 15 meters out from your goal line.
Off the line out there for Beckerman, turned over, swatted away by New England as Beckerman wrestles Joe Johnston down. So a short kick off the restart to start the second half. Why wouldn't you just do that every time if you're the one kicking?
Yeah,
fair question, or I don't.
It is definitely a fair question. I mean, look, by all accounts for Chicago, I would not go short. I mean, look, you've realistically, like we said all broadcast long, you're in the playoffs.
Good gaps.
You've got a home semifinal already. Yes, you want to keep a perfect season, and you got a 2-point lead right now. But genuinely, I would have just put that ball as long as I could have. I would have just put it way deep inside the 22. You know they're just going to return kick to you from the Free Jacks, and then you camp out with a line out. But they put it in that in-between gray area, and that's where I think New England was caught off guard a little bit because they didn't go totally short, and they didn't send it real long. They sent it in that in-between area.
Fine. Set.
Should New England win and take that 4th seed, this would be
We're gonna play away. Play away.
next week's match would be a rematch. In fact, we're already going to have that with Seattle and California playing tonight for a chance for home field advantage. Really a formality for the 2-3 game. Working on the outside to Jamison Fanana-Schultz. Signed in the latter half of the season. Good tackle underneath there by
Easy up, easy up, easy up. Stop,
Brandon Harvey.
Stop.
And a little bit of infighting there. Derek Summers laying down the law as Casares takes a tumble. Jacob Norris.
Tomas, come on, man.
And Mac Jones is going to get his guys right as well.
Yes.
just exchanging pleasantries as New England shows some signs of life here inside their 22 on an attack. Lesage almost breaks free, but dragged down that time by Videla. And then New England turns the corner, and then here comes this big hit that causes the knock on. So there it is, a good shot that time from Chicago, number 4 Harvey, and then gets up and gives a little bit of an extra shove, and that's what kicks everything off.
Fine.
Nothing wrong with the extra salt.
Ball's out, ball's out.
Bosco works back to Santi Videla. Big shoulder forward for 12.
Careful.
Kinnevac, also a late season acquisition. Raised in Anchorage, Alaska. Lewitz works it down. Thomas Beckerman, former Seawolf, getting his first start. Contributed early for Chicago with their first try.
Advantage. Not rolling.
Lewitz once again. Pifoletti also trying to get some strength there as well.
Hold on,
Tomas
hold on.
Caceres
We're just
takes a tumble as the whistle blows. As Tupou looks like he's shaking up.
Tupou goes down for the
Boys,
Free
you gotta
Jacks
roll.
to get
We
some
have two
treatment
bodies
here.
here. We gotta roll.
Hopefully he's okay. So let's paint the picture here real quick. We're 5 minutes into the second half. Chicago has had all the possession and all the territory realistically,
Time is up.
bar that one little break
play it
from
now.
Lesage, as you get a good look there at Tupou getting some treatment. Hopefully he's all right. Chicago getting some breathing there, and we'll go back to it. How about the movie question? Let's see.
All right.
Okay.
That's our crew picking up the social feed right away. All right. So, Mike, you got 2 of the same answer and Little Giants. I said Sandlot. Lex Weiner also thought it was Sandlot.
Okay,
Where do we land?
Okay.
Angels in the outfield. Nice job, Daniel and AC. Angels in the outfield. Roger and JP hanging out, watching their Los Angeles Dodgers from the tree in the outfield. And I'll tell you what, New England may need to go find one of those kids and pull them into the coach's booth to start looking for some Angels in this game, because they are absolutely in a situation where they need all the help they can get. So it's all too fitting right now, Joey. All too fitting.
Maybe some future USA Eagles in that tree as well. You never know, especially with how rugby's growing. I don't think Ryan Martin would want him at this critical juncture. Maybe the kid would just say, I think you should score more points than the other team. Preferably 2 more points than Chicago today.
Who's on?
Sakara, the mullet of doom, comes in for Tavita Soleil.
Hands off the ground, yeah? Hands off the ground. Hands off the ground. Okay, we're good.
You can see those chops from a mile away.
Let's form a line out. Mac, can we form a line
How
out?
about the crowd on hand here in Quincy? It's awesome to see. Especially with how pivotal today's matchup is. We're top for Caceres. Big push from New England. Chicago works it back, a little tug-of-war action. Bailey Wilson also coming in for Joe Johnston, the captain. Videla. Strong force, full head of steam. Bosca, nice little dummy on the fake. Worked back nicely. Pivatelli to follow. Right underneath there with Beckerman. Pivatelli tried to gain a few more centimeters. Wilton Rebolo, the Brazilian, will have his hand at it.
Hands on, good.
An opportunity here for Chicago to work on the tries. Sione Tupou. Also a little extra contact in the midst of it. Chicago working forward, inching and nosing closer to that try line. That ball's loose though. It's poked ahead by Keenan Higgins. What a play from the Kiwi. Chicago had New England dead to rights, and they hold up in a very unique way. Brock Webster pirouetting through just shy of that halfway line.
Still up.
Now Hounds will have to retreat. No love lost for the former New England Free Jack turned Chicago Hound. And Derek Summers blows the whistle once again. What a play by New England in that defensive sequence.
That's a big turn of events for the Free Jacks as you hear Fort Quincy getting to their feet. They turn the ball over at the goal line, and then they turn it over at halfway. So you're going to go from, in a span of about 30 seconds, backs to your goal line to maybe knock it on the doorstep. But here it is. Take a look. Great defensive work from New England, then just that kick upfield.
Tap and go, yeah.
But again, just the miscues from Chicago, the handling errors. We talked about all the changes in their lineup, and that one there, that ball just goes to the ground, and then New England makes them pay.
Finish.
Free Jacks need that spirit once again. Higgins on the outside. Trying to find Balacana on the wing in the outside channel. The reverse field here with Oscar Lennon. Over top for Fernando Schultz. Balacana wrestled down there in the outside channel. Once again, finding themselves in position through the first 8+ minutes here in this second half. Hodgson to Keenan Higgins. He had the runaway effort earlier. Off to Oscar Lennon. Just shy. He rolls in. The third try for New England, and they take the lead with their scrummy. His 5th try of the season.
You gotta roll.
And how about that for a turn of events? Like we said 60 seconds ago, New England was defending their own goal line. Chicago throws an errant pass. New England kicks it upfield. And then there's this. Take a look. Handling down the sides. Balacana finds a little seam. And what that does is just send Chicago backwards a little bit. And then check out this read by Hodgson. Take a look at Hodgson. This is just class from Hodgson. Takes the gap, goes inside, and then look at this. Great support line from Oscar Lennon. And Brock Webster almost gets him, but too much momentum. And Oscar Lennon is in.
The shoestring, Mike. Not enough. Joel Hodgson converts. 5-point lead for New England. Exactly where you want to be if you're the Free Jacks.
Here's another look at it. A pirouette and an offload that time. And here comes Oscar Lennon. Almost not to be. Brock Webster does an excellent job of hustling back. And you can see Oscar Lennon there, I think a sigh of relief from the turf as he thought he was cruising in and then stumbles in instead. And check it out. This is it in New England. They are up for this.
Mary Jo McGuire's a wonderful establishment in the city. Glad you guys are tuning in. The undefeated Hounds on the ropes here against New England for the first 10 minutes of the second half. They started out hot as well, but weren't able to convert that first try. Luke White hit 100 caps earlier this season in that neutral site game against the Free Jacks in Nashville.
Play on? Okay. Thank you, Pete.
And he's back in. 17 in green. Chris Latham and the rest of the staff. Not the usual suspects as far as the starters go. Santi Videla and the rest of this Hounds team that's usually in the reserve, they are deep. So it's pretty much like for like as that one's turned over.
Again, another handling error from Chicago. And that one played from an offside position. So picked up by a Hounds player and a turnover to New England for a penalty.
Hey, Mason.
So they are just right now all the energy up in New England's favor. Here's a look, just a little flick inside, and then Baska picks it up from an offside position. So New England, right now, you can see Kyle Sakara in the back there with the chops going at full speed as he screams forward. And that's, check it out. I mean, look at how good that vibe is and that atmosphere is right now in Fort Quincy.
It's awesome.
How good is that?
It's awesome. Think they're having an impact today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, New England needs that fourth try to at least secure the bonus point. That is mission number one.
Kyle, don't do that.
Because if they win, gives them another shot. Win by more than 2, they're in. DC is watching at home with bated breath. Keenan Higgins worked on the outside. This is good for New England. Nice build for Mitch Wilson and company. Had Balacana, ends up tumbling down, taking it himself. Work back to Kyle Sakara. Fernando Schultz grabs a handle on it. It's a wholesale change in the front row for Chicago.
That's a good poach.
As Lucas Rumble comes in, as well as Charlie Abel, and we mentioned Luke White, as well as Theo Forey, the league leader in tries scored.
Great work this time from Chicago, as I bet New England would love to have that one back. Oscar Lennon just a moment late on scene, but doesn't make that pass. Another Free Jacks player does. It misses its target. And a turnover to Chicago. Really well done, Charlie Abel, nice and strong, and that's the impact you want to have from Chicago. If you're making subs and you're the Hounds and you're running onto the field, that's what you want to do, is just take that wind out of the Free Jacks sails.
And you get Lucas Rummel back on the pitch as well, your vice captain. Talked about some of these players resting. Ruben De Haas also comes in. That ball played forward and knocked right into the hands there. Ben Lesage gets it from Fernanda Schultz and trickles it forward.
We're going to come back. We're going to come back.
So Summers indicating everybody's going to have to retreat.
Come for the scrum. No advantage yet.
And we'll come back for a scrum advantage to New England. So here it is again. Chicago just
no advantage,
showing signs of kinks in their armor as a team. That's not two players that haven't played together that often. Those are two that have linked up time and time again throughout the season, and a handling error around midfield.
It's slower, okay? I know you just came on. Slower, slower.
As Derek Summers sets a tone here.
Here we go. Let's have some stability, okay?
Oh, I love that, Grant. Quality of this broadcast, amazing. Audio's perfect. Mike Petrie, your dulcet tones are being experienced right now. Clearly the best streaming experience of the year. We appreciate that. Our crew does an amazing job getting us on air. Most important piece, and making us sound and look good. We really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. Bruce Edwards, John McCormick, producer and director, and the rest of the OS Studios crew. Incredible job this season. Big time from Luke White and company. Some juice for the boys in green.
Juice is right, and how about the energy from Chicago? The Hounds have their tails up at set piece. They have dominated that aspect of play, and that just crushed the Free Jacks. Absolutely crushed them. New England with a really good platform to attack from that set piece right around midfield, attacking options on both sides, and Chicago goes after it. And take a look. Look at this shove from Chicago. Woof from the Hounds. That was big.
Look where it put him. Through to Noah Brown. The IU rugby grad.
Falling, no foul play.
Finding
No foul
Theo
play.
Forey. Back to Luke White. This is great from the front row in the forward pack here. Luke White and Lucas Rumpel working it down. Mason Flesh, second in the league and try scored. This group is so multifaceted, it can really hit you from everywhere. You just got to take advantage. That ball trickles back. Nobody home for it.
Okay, tackle, let go. Let go.
As Theo Forey noses forward once again. Lutz is out there as well. Casares. De Haas works it back for Bota.
Down now, yeah, good.
Number 10 for today. Played back. Just outside the red zone here for Chicago. New England doing a good job holding up. Bailey Wilson was there. Big time momentum shift now as New England wins that.
And Bailey Wilson returns the favor with a clutch turnover. Phase after phase, and Bailey Wilson, good body position, nice and square, strong over top of the ball. And that was outstanding stuff. And here come the Free Jacks.
On the outside for Killian Conklin. Back for Fernanda Schultz. How about this game today? The momentum has swung back and forth. Maybe dodging a penalty there. It's just Piers Von Donaldson.
Play, no,
Lennon.
no.
Struggling to get away at first. He does get that offload down. Big time push here from New England once again. Chicago an effective team tackle.
Good. Sorry.
And Donaldson worked back. Hodgson. Here is Balakana. Work it back. This is Conklin once again. That ball fumbled out of touch after the knock-on.
Can we just take a moment here to celebrate our referee
Scrum.
He has done an absolutely outstanding job, Derek Summers. He's been so communicative. He's controlled this game so well. And here's another look at Bailey Wilson's turnover. Great call here by Derek Summers. Front row seats to it. Bailey Wilson straight over top of the ball. Look at it. Straight there he goes. They cannot get underneath of him, and he wins possession for New England.
Don, is that correct? Okay. Yeah. You can go straight in, yeah. Let's get him on. Let's get the replacement on. Quickly.
Again, Derek Summers just loving what he's doing today, the energy he's shown, the intent to keep the ball in play. And you see the Free Jacks getting some air in their lungs right now. Chicago doing the same. Ooh, this is as good as it gets, fellas. This is as good as it gets right now. The Free Jacks, everything to play for. One more try to go. They've got to hold their defensive lines.
Yep.
Just about into that final quarter here. Fort Quincy needs to get on their feet. They need that extra energy from the crowd.
Let's go.
The Free Jacks will definitely get it. Fort Quincy has been so impactful today. 2 minutes shy of the hydration break. This is a big push for New England.
Stay in the fight if you're going back.
And Luke White is in the front row for Chicago. I'm going to say that's the first time I've seen him in the front row. I don't know if he's played there before. I've seen him in the second and back row. But Luke White is lined up in loose head right now. In the games I've called, I've never seen him there.
Big dog. Ball loose. Lucas Rumble had it for a second, and Derek Summers
Look how far we are.
brings the whistle again.
Yeah.
And
That's the whole team, though.
Just listen to the silence, though, in Fort Quincy, because that is just devastating. And it's happened time and time again at set piece. And it really can take wind out of your sails as a team. All that energy you get from having a big moment at set piece, I mean, that is the most physical confrontation you get in this game, is 8 players from each team at scrum time. I mean, crazy intensity. And to get pushed around like that with penalties, that's tough.
Rugby is this a big reveal? An Old Glory DC fan.
Time on.
Yep, feeling dirty cheering for the Hounds. We need those dogs to step it up. There's no doubt. If Old Glory ends up playing the Hounds, of course, today will be the only day you root for the Hounds. But New England is on the verge of that 4th try, and they lead right now. Not to belabor the point, we're just joining us. New England has to win by 2 or more points and get that 4th try. If the score stands right now, they would not qualify for that 4th position in the playoff line. Luke White shedding bodies away. Chris Hilsenbeck is checked back in, this time at fly half. His usual spot, that's picked up, but play stops.
First one was a knock.
Again, Derek Summers right on scene. It's a bit sloppy at the breakdowns, but a knock on from Chicago.
That was good. It was off legs, yeah.
And take a look. Here's that sloppy play. Ball spills out of the first breakdown. Here it spills out again from Luke White on the ground. There it is off his leg from Chicago. And then the ball just squirting around on the ground there. And so finally we're going to come back
and keep driving low.
For a scrum to New England around midfield.
All right, let's try
but they need to dig in here, Joey. They cannot afford to get pushed backwards here at scrum time. They need all 8 of these players in this in unison and hold their ground right now.
Ruben, just start here, yeah. Then you do whatever.
You do whatever, Derek Summers says.
Fine.
Oh, Eddie.
Just want to see how pivotal it becomes.
We've had some good times as far as engagement.
The referees
Let's just go back to it.
as they get involved.
Remember, slow. All right, you come in early, it's a free kick. Let's have it.
Final phase before the hydration break. They're going to have the scrums. I think somebody said, why don't we just do it now?
Let's just get one off first, okay? Let's get this set. Crouch! Sorry. Bind! Set! Play it.
Big push up front from Luke White and company. Oscar Lennon works it out. On the outside for New England, Hodgson has Bellicana on the outside channel. Big hit for Brock Webster on his knees. stopping that motion ahead of time. Work back for Kyle Sakara in his 70th
You
cap.
got your own guy there too. Play it.
Work down once again. Play back for Oscar Lennon. So much of this group is new to the Free Jacks and the culture. They want to get that 4th title if they can. Mason Flesh jars that ball free. It's loose for Chicago.
It's a knock
And
on.
Lewitz pokes it forward. That's a knock on, though, according to Derek Summers. As we head into the hydration break with less than 18 minutes to go. New England season on the line. Chicago trying to hold them back. The MLR heating up late in the final round of the season.
Shot. Huh?
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
Our second hydration break was brought to you by Recover 180, the organic sports hydration drink built for today's athlete. Former USA Eagle Mike Petrie, alongside me, Joey Lindstrom. Lex Weiner also joining us as our rules analyst today. Derek Summers, Peter Pender, and Cam Russell taking another peek at the Charlie Abel crunch in this last sequence, Mike. Oh, whoa. That was on Tane Himopo.
And this might be the break that New England so badly needs right now. Good line speed from Chicago. He might be just under. I don't know. It's tough to tell. From at real time, it looks pretty vicious. But when you slow it down, he might be under there. Let's listen.
He's making an attempt to wrap. I'm okay with the timing. Timing's fine. Timing is good. He is committed. Okay, do we have the reverse angle from Chicago's end? I don't see a tucked arm on the right from this angle. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, after review, there's no issue with timing. The player was committed. He makes a legal tackle. We're going to play through. We'll restart with a scrum to New England.
Let's go, come on!
Yeah. Scrum's here. We're just on your half.
Lex, what'd you see there, and do you agree with Derek?
Yeah, so what they were just taking a look at to see if there was a clear attempt to rack. The timing was fine, and there was no head contact, therefore good tackle attempt by Charlie Abel, and we play on.
Give me something credible.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Did we hear our referee just now, Derek Summers, tell Oscar Lennon, give me something credible-ish? How good is that? Give me something credible-ish. Now, if only Lex Weiner would have told me that when I was playing back in the day.
I'm sure you guys had some good discourse. We'd love to see those tapes back in the day. New England on in front once again. Mitch Wilson. Good forward momentum building for the Free Jacks. A penalty here. Chicago.
2 players on their feet. He's isolated.
Earns it back.
Beat the ruck. Holding on.
Great defensive work that time by Chicago. New England does a good job to hold their own in the scrum. We talked about how much pressure they've been under. They launch an attack out to that wide channel. And when you do that out of a scrum, if you're the back line, you've got to win back your own ball. You've got to get support players there. You've got to get numbers there. The forwards, especially in that scrum battle, they're all staying locked in because they need to work so hard to not get a penalty. So they're all stuck into that scrum, and New England doesn't get enough players out in support. Great job by Chicago to turn them over.
If you're Chicago here, Mike, you got less than 16 minutes to go. Do you just try to hold them off, or do you lay the hammer down a little bit? I guess we're going to find out here, right? Lucas Rumble works back to Hilsenbeck. Ball played down and forward, according to Derek Summers. But question still remains: is this turn it up a notch if you're Chicago, or just hold New England at bay?
Look at what Chicago did with their reserves. So Rumble's in, Hilsenbeck is in, DeHaas is in. They're starting to load in some of their key players that they've used all season long. Make no mistake, they still want to maintain a perfect season. But again, like I said, I also think that Coach Latham is balancing that, keep people fresh for next weekend for the playoffs, give them enough minutes this weekend to get some fitness in, get some physical work in, and just keep them ready for the semifinal. But make no mistake, the Hounds are going to throw the kitchen sink at this and try to maintain their perfect season.
No doubt. The mission still remains the same. The standards still remain the same, according to Chris Latham. Talking to him this week about what it would mean to the city to have that perfect season. Bring a championship to Chicago.
Boys, you're all out of whack here. Keep your bind. Stay square. Okay. Listen for the calls. I know it's loud. Let's go, Eagley. Here we go. Here we go, Eags. Let's go, you.
Joey, time is not New England's friend right now. Less than 15 minutes on the game clock. And they need one more try. Right now they've got that 3-point lead, or the more than 2-point lead that they need, but they need one more try, and that is not going to help them.
No doubt. No doubt.
17.
And this is time and time again, Chicago just overpowering
relax.
New England in this aspect of
play.
play.
That one was on 17, the other had been on the whole team. Relax.
And you see Derek, though, just taking command in that situation. And Hilsenbeck's going to try to paint the corner of this one, put his team deep in New England's end. And here we go, Chicago. They're going to go bring it down here, and I guarantee you they throw a marker down and they try to maul this one. You've got so many scrum penalties. You deserve a shot here at a maul.
Is he already up? Yeah, here you go, Bailey. Yeah.
The city is starved for a championship. The last major championship title was the Cubs back in 2016. Blackhawks before that in 2015. Bears a great season last year. What would it mean to the Windy City to have that perfect season? I want to keep that alive here in New England. Worked back for Theo Forey.
Stay bound, 6. Get it ready.
Peyton Wall has checked in as well, joining his former IU running mate, Noah Brown. Ruben DeHaas works it back. Continuing to find that push forward. Just so impressive what Chicago's been able to do. Mason Flesh through ahead, Ruben DeHaas. It's Lewitz once again. Already one try today. DeHaas trying to find it. That ball worked through.
Okay, time off.
Lewitz said somebody let go of it.
Yeah. Okay, so there's two things I want to look at. Obviously, that high tackle. Looked to me, he released and he got to his feet and he goes and grounds the ball, so I'm okay with that. But let's just check the tackle. I want to see if it's more than just a penalty, and then we'll obviously check the grounding. There's nothing wrong with the grounding. I'm looking at it, okay? I'm gonna look at it. Reese, we're just looking at a high tackle here. Yeah, that one. Wait for me, I'm gonna get to the screen. So we're looking at this tackle from 12 New England. checking if we have more than a penalty. We'll sign off on that, and then obviously look at the grounding, the pickup. Okay, so this one here, so he is upright. Play it back again. Do we have a tight end-on angle? So I do have head contact. I do have foul play because he's upright. Reese, do we have an end-on angle to show the point of contact a little better? Here we go. So he's passive. Okay. Okay, and then let's just go back to this breakdown and show me from the tight angle. Okay, keep playing through, keep playing through. We're good with this tackle, Reese. Now we're looking at the player picking up to score. You need to play before this. Grounding's fine. There's no issue with grounding. We're just checking how he picked the ball up. Okay, play through here. Down. Released. Reese, we need that end-on corner angle again. That was perfect. Yes. And just slow rock and roll here. Rock and roll it from when he picks the ball up. Keep going, keep going. Good here. Releases the ball. Hands are up, feet are up. No unbound. I'm good with that. We're good to stick with the try? Okay. So after review, we do have, in the tackle, we do have head contact, we do have foul play, we have a not high degree of danger. Because the player number 12 is passive, it will remain a penalty only. The try is good. Yeah.
So Chicago comes away with the try, and they tie the game up again. Opportunity here for Videla to convert, to take the lead. After much deliberation, we'll throw to Lex Weiner again, kind of give it to us in layman's terms.
So the first thing that Derek was looking at was to see if the high tackle he was playing advantage for was more than a penalty, which, as he described, it was not. And then at the breakdown, he wanted to see if there was a ruck was formed, which was not. Therefore, the ball carrier was able to play the ball and score the try.
Thank you, Lex. Appreciate you. Chicago converts on the foot of Santi Videla. That was a big one. They take the lead, Mike.
How good was that play and that rugby IQ from Tion Lewis? Like, let's just talk about that for a second. You're inches short of the goal line. Nobody's holding you, so that was the key. No one from New England engaged them. No one from New England engaged them, so no ruck was formed. He just released it, picked it up, scores.
Thank you, Joe Bergchan. Appreciate that. Got him at the commentaries. Great. That's Mike Petrie, by the way. And I will send you my check in pounds in the mail.
Get out of here. Yep, thank you.
Ruben de Haas and company. 12 less minutes.
Play!
Before they could secure a perfect season. They're going to hold New England off, but New England making a best push in this final 10+. Where do you go for your scoring if you're New England? They've been able to score quickly twice. Back-to-back tries in about 3 minutes. Here's Ben Lesage on the outside for Balacana. He can't handle it. Tried to haul it in with one big mitt.
Not in this league.
And if you're going for somewhere for tries, Balakana might be it. They try to swing that ball into the outside channel. They still got over 10 minutes to go. That's plenty of time for the Free Jacks, so they just can't rush it. They've got to have urgency, but they can't panic. They cannot hit the panic button yet. They've got a lot of time. But let's do some math real quick. Score 21-19. If they score a try, that gets them 5 on the board. That makes the score 24-21. Doesn't matter if they score in the corner. Doesn't matter if they score between the uprights. They just got to get over for a try as soon as they can in these next 11 minutes.
And hold off Chicago.
And hold off Chicago, correct. And hold off Chicago, yes.
He's on top of your guy's on top of him.
Incredible that it's come down to the end of the regular season. I figured that could be the case. We never know with 6 teams where that parity is going to come from. We've had that all season long. Chicago has led the pack, especially on the back of their point differential. They've had a record-setting offensive season, defensively as well. Perhaps where they need to shore up is that tackling. Regardless, though, New England's still alive despite the 3-6 record.
You want to scrum here or a penalty?
That is just silly
at the spot.
From New England. Offsides on the kick. Lucas Rumble really 6 of one, half dozen of another as far as he's concerned, I'm sure. But that is just devastating for the Free Jacks. They go to the air. They're going to throw a challenge up to Brock Webster. Derek Summers having a laugh with Lucas Rumble, but this is definitely not good for New England.
Played right into the hand of what the Hounds wanted in the final 9 minutes.
They have to buckle up and play defense now. They can't put themselves in a bigger hole because, like I said, if they can hold Chicago out, they just need an unconverted try to get what they want out of this game. But they've got to keep Chicago out of the try zone.
This is a big hold-up sequence potentially for New England. We've seen it before. Keenan Higgins has come out big in a couple different ways today, especially with that scoop and score and the kick out on the hold-up in the first half. Or beginning of the second half, rather. There's Theo Forey with the ball in that left hand. Just trotting and following the pack. Working the outside channel, Ruben DeHaas reverses fields to Santi Videla. Big hit and tackle down there by Keenan Higgins. With the head wrap on now. DeHaas finding Lucas Rumble. Doing exactly that.
Don't trip over him. Do your
About
best.
10
Do
meters
your
away.
best. Okay, advantage.
So much of this Chicago group was primed for a championship. They want to put it away here if they can. Charlie Abel wrestles down to Brandon Harvey. DeHaas one more, finding Theo Forey. As the pile goes, they're just shy of that try line. It's Forey once again. Ruben DeHaas on the outside. Brock Webster. That could be the dagger against his former team. The Hounds. Hungry Dogs run faster in this second half.
And silence falls over Fort Quincy.
Yes.
I mean, you could hear a pin drop out here right now. But take a look at this. How fitting is that? Brock Webster has had such a season in the MLR. And then he hands what could be that dagger to his old team. And that could be it. I mean, this would be a monumental undertaking for them to turn this corner. Because remember, they don't just need a try. They need to win by 2. And Videla has been so good off the tee. You got to imagine that he's going to increase this lead right now from right between the uprights, just about.
He sure does. Well, we've seen 2 tries in 3 minutes for New England. Less than 6 to go. Can they mount a comeback? And they had their chances at it as well. Here in this second half, Mike, holding off Chicago in the beginning of this second half. But now the Hounds have answered with 2 tries in the last 10.
We can.
If there's one group out there right now that is just can't wait. This is going to be the longest 6 minutes of their lives, I'm sure. It's that group down in D.C.
Yes.
Watching this game.
It's okay.
And all they can think about is whether or not they go back to work tomorrow. And here we go.
Back.
Ball slapped forward. Chris Hilsenbeck. It's taken down
Use
there
it.
by Kyle Sakara. To Haas there with Brandon Harvey, who's been quite the Iron Man today in the second row.
Stay onside. No.
To Haas. Boots it high in the air. Balakana gonna try to wrestle it down.
Play.
In his
No
return.
offside.
Rumble
No tackle. Turnover. Good.
takes down Jacob Norris.
Yes.
Good punt forward here from Chicago. Chasing that ball down on the outside is Noah Brown. Big hit. And Haas delivers the blow again. Somehow New England escapes with Joel Hodgson. That ball still rattled around. It's helter-skelter in the back end.
Stay on.
New England just trying to get out of their
Left
own
foot.
way here, deep in their own territory.
Use it.
First Regiment at Fort Quincy just trying to implore their boys to get that final last-ditch effort. But they desperately need
They need 10 points.
conversions. They need 10 points.
They need 10 points. They need a converted
Oh, they
try.
need 11 points.
They need to win by more than 2.
Right.
So they need 11. Yes, they need 11. Yeah, you're right. They need 11. Because now, okay, I see here. So Chicago
30 seconds, I know.
28-19. Yep,
Yeah,
28-19. So
I
yeah,
know.
this is. I don't know. I have no idea. If that happens, Joey. I mean, really and truly, that whole Angels in the outfield thing might actually be real. That would be ridiculous.
Kyle, go
You
out.
never
Go out,
know.
go out, go out.
Stranger things have happened in the
Stay
world
there.
of sports.
Okay, get it ready. Get it ready.
Tracy McGrady-like
Let's
effort
go.
here late. The final few minutes. It's a team game after all. DeHaas works back to Santi Videla.
Go, go.
One more there for Theo Forey. Chicago, all the momentum here late. Work back from Mac Jones, the captain of this group. Been so good. How about Tian Lewitz in his day today? His fourth appearance this season and first start. Second team all MLR in 2024. Videla once again. Final waning moments in the season for New England hanging in the balance. Rumble down to Tomas Casares.
That's back off of blue.
Ball flipped on Luke White.
That looks good to
Away
me.
he goes.
Let me
Work
check that.
back. And Lewitz
Yeah.
gets his second try, but Derek Summers blows the whistle.
Reese, we're just looking at this again. On-field decision
To
is
confirm.
a try. Looked like it was batted backwards by blue.
A
then
brace
picked up
effort from Lewitz.
by green, and it's a try. Just quickly, yeah. Reese, just show me the wide shot of this.
If this goes, it's actually a
It was
hat
tight,
trick
actually.
for Tian Lewitz.
Just looking at that pass, looked like it was passed backwards, or batted backwards by blue. Yep, rock and roll that. Pass is not clearly forward, and it's batted by blue. Not a knock on from green either way. Picked up, displayed through the grounding. That pass looks good. Grounding is good. Try, we good. Yeah, I'm not gonna run. There we go. Yep.
So
Correct.
a hat trick effort
Clock is
from the
on.
Big 13. Tian Lewitz. The hammer to the nail in the coffin on New England's season. What an effort today from 13. And the rest of the Hounds, especially in this second half, as Videla will put the cherry on top.
Okay.
Videla knocks it home. Might hit somebody in the back on some salt in the wound against New England. What an effort, Mike, for this guy on our screen.
He has had an absolute shift in the midfield for Chicago. 3 tries, and the woes continue here for New England.
Stop, stop.
And Tomas Caceres took exception to that big hit on Mac Jones. That's the captain after all. Joel Hodgson also exchanging pleasantries with his fellow fly half for Chicago. More and more pushing and shoving.
Walk away, walk away. Get control.
Lucas Rumble trying to separate players as well, vice captain for this group.
You go back. You go that way. You go that way. You go that way. You go that way.
Of course, you're going to have some
You go that way.
bitter endings.
Charlie, go here.
When your season's on the line and
Back.
likely to end.
Can you? Yeah. Just stay here. Be smart. Please go back. Please go all the way back. Stay here, fellas. Reese. Yeah.
Taking another look here. Let's get the deliberation from Derek Summers on the replay. Man. Oh.
Correct.
That is really a tough landing for Mac Jones.
Reese, I just need you to play it to the beginning. So right here. Okay, so he's got rights to that ball. We agree? He's in the player space area. He still has responsibility in that area. So we do have foul play. Now we're just looking at the landing, which to me is clearly on his head. We agree?
Thanks.
Okay. I didn't see anything clearly there. I don't think we need to look at that. We're just going to restart with a penalty, and then it's a 20-minute red card to 13. Yeah.
Beautiful game, but a rough game sometimes. Mike Petrie, you know that all too well.
Where is he?
The person that'll help delineate is Lex Weiner. We'll see
Where
after
did he
the
go?
final verdict here for
Ben, where's
Derek
Ben?
Summers.
Ben, you're in the area. You have responsibility. He lands on his head. It's a 20-minute red card. Hey!
Ben Lesage gets his second red card of the season.
Go back. Go back.
First
Go
one
back.
was against Chicago
Sorry,
in
I
Nashville.
know. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty, boys. Get on the halfway. No. It's a red card against Ben. Just go to the halfway. Can
All
you
right,
just
Lex,
go to the
take us
halfway
through
line,
it
Kyle?
as
You're not
well.
on the halfway line.
So I think the first and foremost, the most important thing to know is it's all about this game's about safety as well.
Yeah.
And Ben Lesage from New England took up the space where Mac Jones had to land.
You have 90 seconds
and
left in this
unfortunately,
game. You have
because
the
of that,
playoffs.
he landed
Be
on his
smart.
head,
I will
and
remove
that's
players
why
from the
Derek
field.
decided to go with the
Nothing
20-minute red
stupid.
card.
Understand?
We've had our chat. We had it.
Please. He's in the air.
That's an easy decision there. And Ben Lesage, I mean, geez, second red card this season. Devastating stuff. And you got to look here at Hilsenbeck. I mean, last season we watched him agonize with that kick that he missed. And now his team is going undefeated in the regular season. And they are going into the semifinal at home in Chicago next week on Monday night. And I'll tell you what, Derek Summers, that's not the way you want to end this game as a referee. It's just, you don't want to be handing out a red card in the 78th minute of a game.
Especially when it's pleasantries at this point, or unpleasantries rather.
Okay,
of course, hope Mac Jones is all right. He's the heart and soul of this group. He's the captain of this squad. Chicago group continues to be great with him at the helm. Keenan Higgins tried to get that one away, and
We're gonna have a scrum
Peyton
here.
Wall will let that trickle out, followed there by Cam Gerlach.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Final winning moments and perhaps the final phase of New England's season. Adam Shadwick making his MLR debut up at the front, with Kyle
Last
Sequeira
play.
and Nate Sylvia as well.
Listen for the calls, yeah?
Yeah. Come on, buddy. Come on,
Charlie, wait for the bind call, please.
Ethan McVie also stepped in there at scrum half.
Coach! Bind! 10!
2, 3. Nice, straight down. Whitey, you got it folded up, bro. Come on.
No, both of you just
Do love the chatter on Instagram.
Problem was over here. Problem was over here. Steady. We can get through this.
Old Glory DC waits in the wings to travel to Chicago. They did enough yesterday to take down Anthem. It's going to take a mountain to climb here for the Free Jacks. They had Chicago on the ropes here in the second half, and then the Hounds did what they've done all season. Turn it on. Hodgson, the final push.
No knock.
Came into the season as the league's leader actively in points. Sakara gets tumbled down.
Roll, good.
Stoppage and injury time. A final push in front of Fort Quincy where the crowd was electric. Trying to implore their Free Jacks into a chance for the fourth title. It won't be so. It does not discount the achievement of being the three-peat champion. Do stick around with us at postgame as well. We'll get to hear from our player of the match as well as Chris Latham from the Chicago Hounds as they move into playoff time. Ruben DeHaas boots it forward. And that will do it. Chicago ends the regular season in perfect fashion. 10-0, headed into playoff time. They rolled into Quincy and come away with the win to end New England's season, and they will meet Old Glory DC at home next week. What a finish to this one. Chicago wins by 16. Stick around for postgame interviews with our player of the match and head coach Chris Latham, the Chicago Hounds, up next when we come back.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.
A 16-point victory for Chicago. Wasn't without worry, though. Keenan Higgins and Oscar Lennon got this try going for their third, and what evidently was their last, Mike. Final push from Chicago was all worth the effort.
Final push from Chicago is right. New England put up a valiant effort, but came up short. Lots to be proud of, lots of energy in Fort Quincy. They put on a great show, but this guy right here, Lewis, a hat trick under his belt was just too much. And Chicago, Brock Webster dots that one down to seal the deal. Chicago, though, not done yet, as Luke White finds Lewis for his third and final try of the game with a swan dive to boot.
How about Brock Webster getting that against his former team as well? This was the final unfortunate sequence there for Chicago. That's Mac Jones, captain. And that was a red card on Ben Lesage, his second, against Chicago. As you take a look at the head-to-head, despite New England having the advantage in meters made and tackles, Chicago did what they've done all season, dominating later in the parts of the game that matter, especially in clutch time. We now are joined by our player of the match. in a little bit here. Mike, we think about where this team could go with championship level ambition. This is a group that could win a championship at home. And of course, we'll get to catch up with Dan Lewis and Chris Latham. They're not going to want to talk about the championship yet, but good to have the hay in the barn as far as the regular season goes. A perfect regular season capped off today with a big win.
Perfect regular season is right as you get a good look at the Chicago Hounds crew, and we're going to check in with one of them now.
Player of the match, Dan Lewis, thank you for joining us, brother. Congratulations. Nothing like a little hat trick for the Pirates this season and to really cap off a regular season of perfection. How does it feel to get that one done ahead of playoff time?
Yeah, feels great. All credit to all the other players. Without them, I obviously can't do what I do. And then same with our medical staff, backroom staff, front office staff, and the coaches. Like, the season's been great, 10-0. But yeah, the job's not done, so we've got work to do next week.
So Tion, congratulations, my friend. A big win for your club on the road heading into the playoffs, and a big game for yourself. Talk us through 3 tries. Which one's your favorite and why?
I think the last one, because I could actually put a dive in at the end.
Well said. I think that's a perfect encapsulation. And take us through that last sequence as well, because Luke White as well. We're looking at the screen now. You can't see it, but you got the swan dive. Luke White gets it through. Just everything seemed to gel in the second half. Why do you think that was?
Yeah, we obviously didn't want to. First off, we didn't play how we wanted to play. We came out second half, just be more direct. Like, we're a physical team. We just wanted to go through them, and as you could see at the end, hard lines, hard carries, and holes started opening up for us. We knew if we were going to stick to that, we were going to finish strong.
Well, you got your first tries since 2024. You're back with the Legion. Congrats, and what a way to do it with a hat trick. We really appreciate the time, Tion. Thank you, and good luck in the playoffs, brother.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
We appreciate you, Tion, for joining us, and what a way to finish and really come back onto the scene. I mean, looking at his board here, Mike, 6 tries in 2024 with the Legion, none last year despite 11 games played. This is just his 4th game played today, and this season, rather. Hattie, a casual Hattie. The only time you'll catch us cheering on the Chicago Hounds. I love it. From Old Glory, D.C., you guys got him. You wanted him, and you got him. This is like the MLR version of the We Want Bama. Anytime there's a if set, right? The way that the Hounds are dominating feels that way, and it's going to be fun to see next week. Now joined by the head man himself to govern the ship here of a perfect season through the regular part of the year. Now you get to move on to the playoffs. Coach Latham, take us through what it felt like going into halftime, where you guys didn't feel like everything was gelling, to that second half where it was just pure dominance.
Yeah, we were poor, very poor that first half. I wasn't very happy at all, to be honest. But the pleasing thing was we spoke about what needed to change. We saw change and we got instant results. So that's pleasing. So again, it's one of those things you look back at it and you grind wins out, and good teams can do that, and we're able to do that. But yeah, that first half was we were just sloppy. We weren't ourselves in that first half. We were giving away cheap ball. We weren't respecting anything, and that annoyed me a little.
Coach, congratulations. A huge win on the road, a perfect regular season. Must feel really good, and now the real deal starts. You're into the playoffs. The potential of 2 games in Chicago at your home stadium is on tap. Talk us through the energy and the incentive here for you all.
Yeah, well, finals footy. The regular season means nothing now. We've just got to make sure that we recover well, we hydrate, we get ourselves back to Chicago, and then start to prepare for what will be a big match. We know that. We said at the start of the year we wanted to dream, and we sat there and thought about long and hard what it would be like to have a have a semi-final and then a final at home, and the feelings that would, how that would feel to be able to do it in front of our fans, to be able to do it in front of our families, and it put the pressure on, but we accepted that, and now we've just got to make sure that we make sure we just go back now, stay level-headed, understand that the job isn't anywhere near done, and we will prepare well, and we will be ready.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate you taking some time to walk us through that. We're excited to see where this team can go, and good luck. I know the fans will turn out at SeatGeek Stadium. Despite it being on a Monday, it's going to be so exciting to see you guys, and hopefully another record-setting crowd. Good luck in the playoffs. We appreciate you taking the time.
Just quickly, a real massive shout out to our traveling fans. That means a lot to us. To have you guys travel, to come to the game, be loud, support us, it means a lot. And now we want to see you at SeatGeek. Come on, get out there on Monday. Let's fill that place. Let's really sell that place out and get behind us. Appreciate it.
All right. Now I know why the players want to run through a wall, Coach. Let's go. We appreciate it, and appreciate Coach Latham taking some time. It's awesome. And Mike, the Hounds are ready for the playoffs. And you see the traveling support that Chris Latham just chatted about, and Brock Webster gets the win against his former team en route to potential second championship for him and the first for the Hounds. This is where we stand after 10 full rounds of play. Old Glory DC into the fourth position. California and Seattle battle tonight on Sunday Night Rugby for home field advantage. That will, of course, be interesting to see because Starfire is also one place that you don't always want to be the visiting team at. So we'll see where California and Seattle land out tonight. Sunday Night Rugby, of course, will have the venerable Will Hooley joined by Claudia Balafato and Bree Kim and Ben Holdenby on the call tonight. Going to be a lot of fun to see how it all shakes out. Chicago has emerged as the perfect team this season. Mike, what a pleasure to call another game with you, brother. Great season. Can't wait for the playoffs. This broadcast has been brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by iHerb, the official online health market of Major League Rugby. Level up your game with Sports Certified supplements. For John McCormick, Reese Edwards, our entire crew, and Mike Petrie, I'm Joey Lindstrom saying so long from Quincy. Chicago and Old Glory DC up into the playoffs.
We wanted to put out a performance that our fans, family, and our supporters could be really proud of.
Unscripted, unfiltered, unapologetic, united. Major League Rugby.